Let's add that marker. Oh no, wasps! Well, unfortunately that's not for a little bit yet. We are not playing Vesperquen because the good one hasn't come out yet. Alright, Majestic Dawn, the set of the Eevee for me. This is pretty much Eevee week. We are doing the ban list version of this first, so we have stuff like the Empoleon Diamond Pearl, Infernape Diamond Pearl, they're banned, the Electivire, the Magmortis Secret Wonders and stuff like that. No Gardevoir this week. So yeah, this is the time when the powers get to shine still, at least a little bit. There are some more locking things that have come in, and some punishes that come in too, but now we're going to go for the power stuff. And we have 4 separate Leafeon decks to look at here, because that's most of what I've built this week, and that's what I'm comfortable with. I haven't edited the other decks from my archive lists and whatnot. Don't really feel like doing a net deck here, so we're just going to go ahead and use these ones. So what does a Leafeon actually do? Well, the basic one has 90 HP, which is pretty solid to be honest. 1 grass energy, 30 damage, the opponent can't retreat during the next turn is pretty good, and then 1 grass, 2 colorless to do 60 and cut damage next turn by 20. If you're getting a KO blow with 60 damage, you take it with this, so that you take less damage next turn, and that's pretty respectable. The level X goes up to 110 HP, so just a little jump. That's usually what the level X's do. They're not giant leaps in HP totals really, most of the time anyway. Energy forcing is what you want this for. Once during your turn before you attack, you may attach any energy card from your hand to any one of your Pokemon, which is absolutely ridiculous. You can use it on just your basic energy types here, but you can also use it on special energy like the Metal, like the Scramble, or Double Rainbow, depending on your flavor of Eevee deck. And then Verdant Dance for just a grass and a colorless, so even less than Leaf Guard was. 30 damage plus 10 for every energy attached to all of your Pokemon. Not energy cards, straight energy. So this means if a Scramble energy is giving free energy with its effect, it will be 30 more damage. Really, really strong. So this kind of generic thing pairs with like almost everything that you could want, right? It accelerates any type of energy. It only takes 1 grass for all of its own stuff, so you can really skimp on the energy attachments if you are not planning on attacking with it too much. Even if you are, you can afford only say 4 energy for it. I think this one was supposed to be a multi-energy. I kind of messed up the thing on that. I don't think there's a multi-energy out anywhere, but I guess I'll get that later on. I don't know if I'm playing this one anyway. So what are we doing with it? Well, the first thing that we're pairing it with is Magnezone. Now, Magnezone does more damage for every metal energy that's attached to it. If you put 3 metals as a base, it does 80 damage. And that, of course, pairs very well with the special metal energy, so you can reduce damage that Magnezone takes as well. Makes it even harder to knock out. Magnezone also has a really good Pokebody though, where if you have any metal energy attached to your active, that Pokemon retreats for 0 energy, which makes it possible to use Palkia level X. This is not going to be an attacker ever, but Restructure as a power lets you force the opponent to switch your active with one of your bench, and then you do the same to them. It's like Double Gust. All the way back in Generation 2. And this is really solid, but usually your Claydol has got a gigantic 2 energy retreat cost, and it's just too hard to use, it's too hard to bring out. But with Magnetize, you just attach a metal energy to the Claydol that you get forced into, and it has no retreat, which means you can retreat to whatever you want, and this, in a roundabout way, gives you Gusting, which is something that the format lacks without Pokemon Reversal. So it's really hard to do Gust effects in this format right now, and this is one of the best ways of doing it. So that's what we're going for. Luckily, Magnezone itself hits 80 base if you put 3 metal energy on it, so you can force the opponent's Claydol into the active, and then go to Magnezone and take a one-shot on it, which is the core idea here. So we have just a little Leafeon package here. You don't generally need it too much. Magnezone is perfectly capable of attacking after just 3 turns, which is respectable. You only have 2 grass energy in here because you can recover them with Magneton. It's energy retrieval on a power. We don't even have energy retrieval in the format right now, so this is a pretty nice one to have. So yeah, And then other than that, it's relatively straightforward. You've got your 2 Claydol as you always do. We have a newcomer in Chatot from Majestic Dawn. This is a 0 retreat basic that also, for no energy, shuffles your hand into your deck and then draws cards equal to what the opponent has in hand. So this can be a pretty reasonable starting thing if your hand is just unplayable, just to get out of that terrible start. And then we have one unknown G in here as well. We're not at Stormfront Machamp yet, but this card is still really good for preventing extra effects of attacks, which also includes placing damage counters, something we are going to see a reasonable bit this day, unfortunately. So yeah, we're playing the 1 tech for that. Otherwise, the main thing in here, a lot of Leafeon lists will play stuff like Double Rainbow and Scramble Energy. I'm deciding to go all basic here, apart from the special metals that we have, because I want to be able to use Crystal Beach for one final time here. Most decks in this format are going to be trying to get their last hurrah from Scramble and Double Rainbow. This stunts them very heavily, so it forces the opponent to out the stadium card with either their own stadium, or if they're still playing Windstorm despite no cess in the format, be my guest, right? But yeah, we force them into very awkward positions with that. Otherwise, Wager plus the Magnezone killing Claydol can be a very good way of disrupting the opponent, and that's what we aim to do. The second list here is a more general Eeveelutions list. This is focusing much more on attacking with the Leafeon, and Leafeon has a bit of a supporting entourage here. We're probably not going to play this one this week, but there are some reasons to do so. This is a weakness baiting deck. We have Jolteon to hit for lightning weakness on Empoleons. We have Flareon to hit for fire weakness against other Leafeon and the Magnezone that we just did, but mostly other Leafeon decks because it's probably quite a popular one. We have Espeon to hit against the psychic stuff. In the main format, this would be Gardevoir. Right now, it's probably Bronzong would be the main target for it, but there's still other good psychic weak stuff like Lucario this can hit as well. And then Umbreon is here for its power, not for its typing, because Dark usually doesn't hit very many things, but it can. Confuse Ray can still do reasonable damage to a Dusknoir, so it's not the end of the world. But yeah, Umbreon for when it's in play lets your Eeveelutions have no weakness and no retreat cost, so it's dead easy to get around the stuff with that. And then Espeon, as a one in play at a time thing, gives all of your Eeveelutions plus 20 HP. So most of these sit at 80, which is very frail, but with an Espeon in play that goes up to 100, and that's fairly substantial to be honest. Leafeon level X goes all the way up to 130, which is the same as the stage 2. So good stuff with that. The main other thing that we play in here is Lake Boundary. This is the reason why weakness fishing works, because it applies 2 times weakness instead of the plus damage to all attacks that hit for weakness. So this means then that Espeon will hit for 120 instead of like 80 or 90, and you can use that to get one-shots that you need to. I'm mostly not going to play this one, at least I don't think I'm going to play this one this week, because it has text like the Windstorm, which is more for Cessation Crystal being in format, and we don't have that this week, so I'm probably not playing it, but it's worth showing because this might turn up next week. Then we have one of my own creation here. This is the Leafeon again as one of the main attackers. This is supposed to be a multi-energy, we can fix that if I play it, but it also uses Zapdos, because Zapdos is a basic Pokemon, and it does a lot of damage for free energy. You can power this up with Leafeon, and unlike most of the other techs that you would play with this thing, or most of the other attackers, being a basic means you just have to dump it down and it's totally fine. It does 80 damage for free energy, it does 40 to one of your own Pokemon, which is not amazing, but that's why Old Amber is here, because when Old Amber's on the bench, it prevents any damage done to itself by attacks. So you can use Raging Thunder and target the Old Amber, and then you take no extra damage, and it's just 80 for free on a basic, which is really good. Zapdos also has Sheet Lightning. When you bench the Zapdos, you can flip a coin, and if you flip heads, you put a damage counter on all of the opponent's Pokemon. This gets you up to the 90 damage range that you need for KOing stuff like Bronzong and a lot of other Stage 1 cards. So yeah, playing fewer actual Pokemon means we can play a little bit more into the tech side here, so whilst we still have the Crystal Beach and stuff because we're not playing Special Energy, Zapdos can't take Scramble and Double Rainbow, so there's no point. We are playing 4 Super Scoop Up, because this lets us recover the Zapdos and potentially try and get another Sheet Lightning proc, which is really, really good. So yeah, nice little tech thing there. Like I said, need a multi-energy in here, but other than that, it's fine. And then the last one, this is like probably the third deck I would play today, is using Lucario. So one of the things that Eevees can't do is hit for fighting weakness, which is potentially very important. There are some decks which are crippled by this as a weakness, but Lucario also just hits for low energy counts and does a respectable amount of damage, right? 2 fighting energy Aura Sphere does 40 and 20 to one of the opponent's bench, so it sets up the opponent's bench for big verdant dances later, but it also allows you to play Lucario level X, which is a very disruptive card, because when you level up into it, you become immune to damage next turn. It's like an agility that you have for not having to flip a coin. So the opponent needs to Warp Point or Cyclone Energy or something you out of the active in order to do any damage to you. And then it synergizes with Close Combat too, as an actual finishing move. 2 fighting in the colors to do 80, you take 30 more damage next turn, but if you're not taking damage because of stance, that doesn't really matter. And if the opponent Warp Points you out of the active, then you're no longer affected by the damage increase of Close Combat. So it works out really well. No space for Jolteon in here, but there's not really any need for Jolteon. It is a more pure deck as stuff here goes. Espeon is mostly as an out to the enemy psychic stuff, but Sunlight Veil also does help quite a bit as well. So it's respectable. There's some good stuff that come out of that. So yeah, those are the main decks that we play here. I do have one Scramble in this deck just in case, because you do often fall a little bit behind in this one. You don't do that much immediate damage, so Scramble to Close Combat is a pretty good tool to have in your arsenal. And the Premier Ball also is bumped up in this deck because it lets you get the level X's out of the discard as well as the deck. So when Lucario level X goes down, you can Premier Ball, get it out of the discard, and your next one gets stanced as well. This deck is primarily built to use this power as much as it possibly can, and then finish games off with Verdant Wind, or Verdant Dance even, when the time comes. So yeah, we're gonna load up with the zone here. I do need to grab a multi-energy real quick just for the other guy, for the other deck. So grab one of those real quick and pull that up, because yeah, we were supposed to have a multi instead of one of the lightnings in here. Because you attack quite often with Leafeon in this deck, 5 grass energy is probably correct. It's easy to run out of these if you're not careful, and yeah, 1 multi-energy generally doesn't hurt in this one, so we will have it around, we will group this one up, and yeah, that's what we'll do. In fact, since I think they're still briefly playing, we'll just go ahead and actually put that one to the top so I can know that this is what the deck is. But yeah, so we'll bring the 2 out and go from there. Have the deck set on here, and then that one to there. And we will go ahead and just as soon as I read the thing of it here. What feels bad with this one is that the Dust Noir, but we'll get to that later. Yeah, let's go in and unmute and see what's going on.
I mean, it's dying anyway, so I
Alright,
suppose whatever. It probably makes more sense to take off the patching.
Yeah, because it's better for me to have a damage Claydol than not, isn't it?
I suppose, yes. I forgot I could take it from my side as well, okay?
Cresselia is a very good card, what can I say?
It might actually matter in this matchup.
Yeah.
These turtles be tanky.
Oh yeah. You can see why I wanted to play this last week. But you know, a certain candy kind of took preference. Not the rare kind either, the rainbow kind, which I guess is still rare candy now, but you know, details.
up, Cal?
Hello.
How you doing?
Fine enough. I've
Super Scoop.
definitely been in a rut when it comes to actually trying to make a new deck today. I've got
Oh,
plenty from
yeah, no.
midweek. Oh dear. Yeah.
He's
yeah, I've
gotten all of them.
wow.
You've gotten all of them as well. You've got
Played
we're
one.
both on 2 for 2
Or
Scoop.
two.
These
I
guys,
agree.
yeah. You guys and your super scoop ups and your rock music and your. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, so I've been in a little bit of a rut when it tries to like make new things. I really wanted to do something cool with a lot of stuff this week because there's so many good cards in this week. But a lot of the decks are like really weird, and I'm not sure how to even make them my own. Like, I don't want to just net deck the stuff off of the archive side, especially when it looks weird to me in the first place. But I don't know how to change it, and it's annoying because I really want to play a couple of those cards because they look super cool. But you know, so I've been trying to figure that out and just failing all day. And I'm like, whatever, I've got
this or not.
established decks, so we'll just do that.
It is a question, isn't it?
Yeah, because of the next turn clause. Don't think that might be coming. Frenzy Plant.
Eh?
Take the KO.
You know, Torterra is secretly just a Wispin then, right? Because, yeah, like, it's got Frenzy. The Turtwig looks like a cube, let's be honest. You know.
Put these two bottom. Windstorm.
That's
Yep. There's the
not bad.
beach.
Steven's advice for the 4.
Mm-hmm.
I get what you mean with it's like, it's weird with Steven's advice in this deck, right? But, you know, it's still a good draw even if they do just cap out, so...
Night maintenance. There's no energy in there, you can check to verify.
I don't need to verify because it's an up to.
Yeah, you don't even...
And
Sorry, yeah. You're about to say the same thing as me. You don't even need to take 3 if you don't want to.
and it was taking 3 mons anyway, so
Yeah, I needed to take 3 wands. This is going to be hard feelings. No, wait, no. First of all, take 10 damage from that Claydol and put it onto the Torterra, and then we will hard feelings. That should be 70.
Yep.
Oh, I see what you're doing with that. Yeah, okay.
Evolve to Groddle. Catch grass. Groddle.
This means that now, unless you have a skip, you're kind of pressed on how much damage you can do to this thing.
I was gonna say body press, but that's an entirely different Pokemon.
Bebes, put back in you.
think what's funnier is that you're obviously, by as you should be, you're sorting the deck afterwards as well anyway, so it literally doesn't matter.
Fail search. Claydol 2. Earthquake.
Yep, that's 60, right?
Yep.
Yeah. How does Claydol even get hit by that?
Resist, colorless.
Good darn that.
Oh no, Dustoir doesn't have Levitate, it's Claydol is what I'm talking about. Yeah, I fixed the damage on the Sceptile, by the way, because that had 10 on it beforehand.
Oh yeah, I missed that, sorry.
I would like to take 10 damage off the Torterra and put it onto the Grotle. Much as this is probably going to be a rat, I might just have to go. To put this. This in the box. Super scoop up.
When I saw it didn't immediately stop
again.
there, I was like, oh, is it gonna flip over? Hey, there we go.
Okay, you can have it. What's coming in?
Alright.
Yeah, you gotta do that move first.
Baltoy. Already attached to this for the turn. So we will pass.
Okay.
No, wait, before I pass, no, I've moved the damage already, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
Just
moved from
double
active
check.
to
Yeah.
Grottle.
it was a 90 before, yeah.
Just make sure I'm right.
It's worth checking, because,
Torterra. Grass to the Sceptile.
yeah, so you're focusing way more on the other one.
I need to get it to a point where I can do significant damage to it.
Yeah, how does it feel to be ahead on prizes in the Torterra deck and not being able to use the level X?
This is not what the deck's supposed to do. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do about that.
I mean, this is also an awkward position for me, because I kind of, like, take prize. Here you go, take them, please. I need you to take these. The initial damage is not that great.
And that's why I don't like this as a deck, but you know. Can't say it hasn't kicked my ass a couple of times though, just because bad matchup, etc. But
We're getting a good game out of it though, so.
Look, if I'm not going behind, I'm using it for something else. Level up. I'm not going behind, I'm using this for tactical sniping. I'm using this.
Tactical sniping, he says.
Oh. Vigorous dash. Put the 30 on there. 30 on myself. And take the KO.
Just a little bit overkill, but you know. Then again, no, because it's not 2 times weakness at this point, so it's not doing 4 times the HP of the battle. It's only 2.2. It's only 2.2.
Rare Candy, Dust Noir, DRE, Dust Skull, put this at the bottom. Three. Steven's advice.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess this is why the version that you tried out the week beforehand, Pepper, was playing Luxray, huh? Because this would be the ideal sort of time to try and get that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dusclops.
Yeah, because like Lux put the Pokemon down, get rid of the Sceptile would and KO the active would be a devastating turn here.
Hard feelings for the KO.
Yeah.
Do you, not to coach, but do you want to move damage
yes,
first?
I do want to move damage. Where do I want to put it though? Actually, yeah, I think the best point's going to be taking off the Claydol here and putting Torterra, because Claydol's already in range.
That's fair, actually, yeah.
Problem is, I'm now going to be behind on energy here.
Turtwig.
And that's the problem with this deck, you're behind on energy. It's hard to get significant.
Patch grass to Turtwig.
Cal, did you want to play a game?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
I
can...
didn't take my prize. Whoops.
That
Yeah,
would
take
help,
the prize.
yes. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll leave that.
Played all for free.
There's another deck I wanted to build, but ran out of time, so I'll play this and probably like build between games or something.
Okay. Yeah,
Maintenance.
sort of same. Right. Shift rooms. Yeah, I'll say more afterwards, because there's a couple of decks I really wanted to play this time around. Maybe I'll end up trying to get them for next round when it's, you know, without the band stuff and play it. That fucking gives everything away immediately, because I don't have a basic. Welp.
Interesting.
Yeah. Didn't exactly want to reveal that immediately, but whatever.
Got it. Thanks.
Yeah. So, do you want to take your card?
Oh yeah, that's how it works. This era.
Yeah. Okay. I have enough basics in here, it's just annoying at this point. Pretty much the same hand, more or less, really, but... whatever. Yeah, no, that doesn't fucking have one either, god damn it. I mean, it's at least it's not giving much away going, yeah, okay, there's a Palkia, so freaking what, right? It should be obvious when you see what Magnezone does. Okay, we finally have one for all the good it's gonna do, but we will see. Right, what would you like?
Heads.
Nope. So I guess I need to go first for that. Sure. Yeah, that's kind of whatever. I'll just put a basic metal on him, and that'll do for the turn. Go ahead. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's like never getting to attack in this deck, but it's not really that relevant.
Let's see. What do I want to do? You've given me such a nice hand to work with, but
Yeah,
now I
I'd
have
be,
like
I'd
an
be surprised.
overabundance of options.
Yeah, I would be surprised if you didn't have at least something to do.
Yeah.
You
What is
should
it?
mimic.
Okay.
That's totally a good idea.
Got 6. That's pretty good. Celio.
Yep.
This guy. Candy.
Wow. Okay. Huh.
And
That's awkward, but
pure energy removal.
typical. It wouldn't be you if you didn't play ER2.
Yeah.
Well, at least you'll never be. You won't be able to play it again until Gen 5.
Hmm.
ER2's
Wow,
not
yeah,
in the
you're
format after this.
Gotcha. We'll treat warp point. And cosmic power. Sure.
I suppose at least it gets them out. Yeah. Okay, you're just doing it in a weird order, but fair enough.
Triple up.
Yeah, I expected Empo off of this stuff here.
Napoleon, water,
I should beat this matchup, to be honest.
and mimic. 6.
Yeah. In theory, I should beat this matchup, but probably not with the way this is up, but it's fine. Well, we'll see, because this isn't actually that bad. Roseanne. As soon as it drops, there we go. I would say it's kind of typical. There simply isn't a Empoleon deck that plays ER2 in the actual stuff, but you know, whatever. Like I said, wouldn't be you if you didn't have it. So let's go Magnemite.
You said ER2 is not common in Napoleon list?
Pretty sure there's no Empoleon list that's archived at least that plays ER2, unless I just missed it.
I'm on Alex Crosso's list, which had
Okay, I might have just missed it, but alright, well, I also have Red Candy, so we'll put Zone out. We will put a Metal down, and yeah, that'll do. Go ahead. Yeah, it's a special metal too, so it's gonna take less on the bench. Well, it won't, because you know. Why do I even bother playing you? This is so fucking stupid.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the next 2 will be Tails.
They won't be.
Some justice in the world.
They won't be.
We'll go Roseanne. Whoops.
Strongly considering if I even want to bother playing this game, to be honest. This is it just really doesn't seem like any point in playing this one because of the luck, but you know, whatever.
Okay. Let me know if you want to go keep it. If we're continuing.
I mean, I probably should, but it's just like there really isn't a point, is there? Because I've just been luck sacked out of the game.
And we'll dual splash.
I'll give you a hint.
Yeah, that seems good.
There's no point in doing anything else. Dual splashes too. Why do you think this card is actually good?
Why wouldn't I put it on Palkia though?
Because this Palkia is fucking stupid and pointless when it's not going to do
Ah.
anything, is it? You put the thing on
guess,
it.
yeah.
You put the thing on what's going to attack. There's no point in
That's
doing
fair,
anything
that's
else.
Yep, sounds good.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I've lost that because it's bumped out of the hand real quick. It's one of those stupid ones. If I can play, but I almost don't want to because I've just been bullshitted out of this one. Because like, I've already lost before we've even started because you flipped 2 Aetius. What's the point of playing? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, so I don't actually know what your deck is here. Just like
And
energy
you
itself,
won't know because,
Leafeon.
well, no, we could try again, but yeah, you probably won't know because if you're gonna flip like that, I can't do anything, can I? I should win this matchup, to be honest with you. Empoleon does not do very well against Leafeon decks, but obviously I can't do shit with that. No, I can't do anything with this hand either. I'm not bothering. Sorry, dude.
What was the hand?
2 Magnemite, a Zone, a Steven, and no energy, and no trainers to like draw out the stuff. So I can't play the game from the start, so I'm not even gonna bother. I want to show stuff off, but I can't if I'm just gonna get locksacked out like this. One way or another. This is fucking ridiculous.
Oh, you didn't want to play again?
I'm
or
not
you
playing
just-
that game, no.
sure.
And I shouldn't restart when you've already done your setup stuff off it, should I? Because that's just taking a mulligan hand out of it, and you've already, So no, I'm scooping that because there's no point in playing that. I can't play the game, so why bother?
Yeah, no, it's fine. Not that bad.
No, it's like I want to play, but I can't because I'm getting locked out of the game.
It's the beauty of Pokemon. Did you want me
Ow,
to get a
ow.
new hand or something?
There's not really any point.
Okay.
There's I mean, you can if you want. You just start a new thing, but yeah, there's not really any point. There's
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's not the best hand, but it's whatever.
It's like obviously I do need to play, especially with actually trying to do video stuff here. I do need to play, but like there's not really any fair way of doing that, is there? Because it wasn't a mulligan. So
I mean, yeah, I think you're fine to just scoop. Like I said, I'm not mad at that.
no, but yeah, I kind of have to actually be doing stuff for things here. So
Yeah.
So it's like,
Did you want to play Pepper Sai?
are they actually finished? I guess they are.
Yeah, they've got no cards on the table. They're probably just talking decks or something.
Sure. Honestly, I wanted to play this matchup, but again, I just can't with a luck like that.
Okay.
Quick.
We can run it back later if you want to. It's fine.
Yeah, maybe.
Whatever makes you happy, man.
Maybe, but yeah, no, that was honestly just coin toss luck, and on that, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, those were 3 good heads flip.
Alright. ER2 is fucking dumb.
It sure is.
Mulligan 3 times, which go in first as well, so I couldn't do anything with the opening hand. He ER2'd 2 turns in a row, got 2 heads, and had turn 2 Dual Splash. when I had no possible setup. I should win that matchup too. It's fucking favorable, but yep. This is my luck today, apparently. All right. Let's go for tails. Nope.
Catch a call energy.
Yeah, you got it, GG. I'm not even going to bother showing the hand because there's no point. I can kind of play out of this, but you've already got it.
I had the Bebes as well, so
Yeah.
didn't even need to go into. Yeah, those were pretty
No,
nice prizes.
hand was basically unplayable, and I had no hope for getting anything out of that. So yeah, you've already got it.
You know, didn't have Bebes. I was running Fiona, so I could have gone at Clay Golf out. Just some.
Sure.
Heads.
Okay. Bench the battle toy and go ahead. It's one of those days.
Pass.
It's one of those days. Okay.
Yeah,
God,
sure.
I am sorry. It's just I'm a little bit tilted after 3 games in a row with this bullshit. But I mean, this at least I can do stuff. Yeah, just not starting the Claydol because of course, but not starting in energy. So let's fix that with Roseanne here.
At least you had the Roseanne.
Yeah. No, this hand is. I mean, other than the energy thing, this hand is actually fine for a couple of turns. It's just, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just, yeah. Obviously, after 3 games in a row like that, I'm just a little bit tilted on this, but it's fine. We'll recover. Okay, so I definitely. Jesus, these prizes. I definitely need to grab an energy. So there is that. Just what basic do we want? With this hand, probably the Eevee. So we will go there eventually. Again, a lot of lag on stuff today with that. Probably not helping when all the stuff's getting spread out that way, but whatever. Gonna put Crystal Peach down because I know you have it as well, and it's just like, let's just get it out of the way.
Yeah, this deck does not care about Peach whatsoever.
Neither does this. We'll Claydol here. For R4. I mean, this does literally nothing against you either, so I guess I should probably just get it down now. We'll put the Unknown down so it's out of my hand. And I guess we're going for Metal Sound here. There's not a lot else to really do, is there? So, okay, Confusion it is. Sure. Watch out, next turn I can Resonance this in. Ay, ay, ay.
Evolve to Grottle. I'll just say, shit, did I actually get Demons for 4?
Yep. Yeah, it's like I wanted to attach the Unknown somewhere, but I don't know where it even would want to go, so... I should have, though, probably. But then again, like, you played absolutely nothing, so... How am I to know that you had that as a thing? Like, I know you wouldn't play it turn 1 when there's just like 2 Pokemon, but still.
Super Scoop.
Sure. That's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know which one of these is best to use, to be honest, so it's a weird one.
Attach call. Yeah, do in case of wager. Candy out step dial.
Uh-huh.
And
I don't know what you want to do. That's I was getting the
Yeah,
counters
call
out from back here. Yeah. I thought that's what you might want to go for, but I was like, I see
know
counters
I-
next to my hand. I'm gonna move them. I don't know what they're doing there, so I'll just move them and bring them forward. But like, yeah, you probably do need to get this bit sorted out.
I should.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I saw a couple of the Frenzy Plant guys, so you're clearly going a bit more on the aggro side with this one. So, okay, that's a weird draw. So not like too keen on it either, but whatever. Okay, what do we do with this then? I think a lot of this might actually hinge on how good the Claydol is here. Which I'm not a massive fan of. Let's just do the Unknown G thing whilst I'm thinking on it, because it probably shouldn't stay on the bench here. There's a couple of like divergent lines to do with this one, and I don't really know what's better. Let's just... Yeah, we'll Celio. Let's eventually, there we go. Kind of there. Alright, let's just grab the boy, so we can candy up to it. The annoying thing is I know kind of what's gonna come up if I do that, so it's that's probably not what we want to see. Draw that over that. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, let's put 2 back for the Claydol here. Keep the options open. Yeah, that's very funny. Well, I guess we're just doing it this way. When I'll attach, I'll retreat for nothing because of Magnetize. I guess I'll go in with the Eevee. There we go. You can't switch that fast. Yeah, well, it lagged for like 4 seconds. What do you want me to do? And we will end the turn. Yeah, we will end the turn. Mistakes may or may not have been made, we will see.
Super goop scoop again. Okay.
Okay.
I deserve that.
What was that? 5 for 6 now?
I only flipped 2 last game.
Okay,
so
fair enough. Yeah.
I'm not running about my scoop look. I'm running about this ass hand. This.
Yeah, that was that. That's what happened to me at the very end of last week with
Touch
this.
grass. And body slam for the 40.
Yeah, you do have access to that. Yep.
The step dial.
Yep. You're gonna flip your coin.
Oh yeah, you're not G in it. I in my head. Unknown G is in.
It's body slam after all, so yeah.
I phased out saying because I had unknown G in my head.
Okay. Well, this isn't exactly ideal, but it's fine. We will just go for Celio. I would love to just get Leafy on here, but it's not good even if I do, so... Like, it'd be funny, but funny is not gonna help out here. That might, though. It's a weird one. Yeah, sure. Let's just get Palkia out here. We will attach to the zone. We will, yeah, we will bounce these two back with the Claydol, probably that way around, just in case it somehow matters. Draw the 4. Oh, now you're just taking the piss. Alright, whatever. We have another Eevee, and I guess that'll do it. Go ahead.
Time to call into Fiona.
Yep.
Hey, this.
I was thinking you could pay retreat here, yeah.
Yeah, hey, that ass retreat cost. Look at his hand and cry. Evolution Wish.
Yep.
Get the Claydol out. Make
Yep.
this hand actually. Oh shit. Tapped him into me.
Okay, let's see what we can do. So yeah, very fucking funny game. I drew the Leafy on last turn as well, like, of course I did. Let's just go ahead and put a metal on it here. It's probably the best bet. We will use the Claydol. Just kind of thinking on what we want. I kind of only want to do one, but I also need to draw more cards, don't I? No, we'll just do the one here. So do that. Draw 3. Yeah, very fucking funny. Whatever. Magnetize the treat out, and I guess we'll just take the knockout with Metal Blast here, doing 80 at the moment.
Okay. Attach grass. Claydol.
Mm-hmm.
4. Magic Turtwig. Celios.
That's annoying, yep.
One, two, three. So your reach is 110. With bench. Lives. Search Torterra.
Yep.
Already attached.
Yep, that you have.
Claydol. Earthquake. So you're
Yeah.
4 times weak, right?
Just be grateful this isn't a Gen 3 battle. Oh my god. God, I almost just want to scoop on the spot here because this is unfucking playable. I don't believe it. Oh my god, I have chat art. There's fucking nothing I can do, and this is absolutely ridiculous. We will attach. What are we on? 6, so at least I can do something now. Yeah, we can play that all at the very least. I mean, that kind of does something. Yeah, that might do a bit more than I give it credit for, I suppose. How do we go about it then? That's the weird one. God damn. Why do they have to be so noisy? I just don't get it.
You just think they'd want to make stealth jet engines.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not good no matter what I do, which is the annoying bit here. Because I have Celio, because I had to bench the Chala, I don't have space to do what I want to do here. Yeah, I don't see how I possibly win this one, to be honest. I mean, I do have the level X, so I guess I should probably grab that. Because, yeah, I mean, the only real play I can do, right, is go in, do that. I can Energy Force for all the good it's going to do. It's annoying because I don't have something to attach the energy to that's worth a damn. But I guess I'll just put it on the Magnet Zone anyway, because it might end up helping here. And, yeah, the Verdant Dance is 30, 40, 50s plus that, so it's 90, which, I mean, isn't unreasonable, but I'm out of space. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten the Palkia, I don't know, but like it's pretty close to being possible to set it up.
Level X.
Yep.
Touch grass. Trade up 5. Uh-oh. Roseanne's. Murmurs. Vigorous Dash puts 30 on the Leafeon.
Yep.
Okay.
I can't. I guess they're trying to do something over there because I can't fucking do anything.
Yeah, they're showing their decks to each other.
Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I guess I somehow messed up with this. I don't even know what the fuck I was supposed to do, though, is the thing. Like, I guess I messed up, but... like, I don't know how I was supposed to do this otherwise. It's weird. Okay, well, I mean, I can at least do some good stuff with it here, since you did keep Leafeon in play. So it's not entirely over. We do have Roseanne. I think it's this Eevee is probably messing me up a bit, but again, it's like if I didn't bench it, like I couldn't have done any of the stuff before, so I don't know what I was supposed to do different. We have a Magnemite and a Metal, so we'll go with that. Magnemite Candy to Magneton. We'll go. Actually, I think this one's probably going into the discard with Magneton here. If I'm looking at this right, because I need the.
You had start the turn. You had these two on Leaf, and that's it.
Yeah. No, it's just I need an additional card in hand. I think so. I need to do this now. I don't want to, but one of these is going to have to go to the bottom of the deck in a sec. So because I'm going to Energy Force the Special Metal on, and then do that with the regular attach. Because as you say, these two were on Leaf at the start of the turn, and then we'll use the Claydol. Yeah, I was just looking at card count going, I need a +1 here in order to make this work, because I don't want to shuffle the last thing in here. Sometimes wish I did though, based on this, but you know, whatever. I'm just not allowed to have nice things in this game. And yeah, we will Verdant for KO here, I guess, because there's nothing else that makes any sense to do.
Okay, draw. That is complete. Okay. Candy. Torterra? Wrong Torterra. Which noise is that? Rib. So I'm putting on the bench. Hold on, Q.
Sure.
Yet? Because what's the worst time for leaving?
What on earth are they doing?
No, you're not running. Claydol. That's a hand. There's one I can use.
Okay, seriously, what on earth are they doing over there?
I have no idea.
It's probably Matt building a deck in the middle of the fucking...
Maintenance.
Yeah.
Taught level X. Bebes.
Couldn't have just left the one that you wanted out.
I probably should have. Probably should have. Yeah, because I actually do have this now, which means I can take my KO, the Earthquake KO, and...
Sure.
First then. No, if it dies, it dies. Life is cheap. Yeah, take KO. While I do a bunch of spread damage. While I do.
Yep. not a completely trivial choice as to what goes up, because I guess there could be some world where I get like the level X or something here. But even then, it's like, this is one short of doing stuff at that point. Or we just go that anyway. What am I doing otherwise? What are you doing otherwise is the real question here. Nah, well, I guess we'll just do the same thing. We'll draw. That's funny, but I don't know. It's probably fine. Let's go 9 maintenance of our own here. We will grab you. Do I need that back? Yeah, I guess that'll be fine. We'll grab those two. Do I need the back? Yeah, probably, knowing the way this is going. I don't have space for it though. That's the problem. Maybe it's better just taking the metal back then. Because it's like, how am I gonna get that Magnezone to play at this point? Is that gonna be fine? Yeah, I should probably just take the metal instead here. I want the zone back, but I think it's just a bit of a pipe dream on this board right now, trying to even get 2 of them established. So we will use the Magneton, discard Crystal Beach, to grab out those 2. So I'll keep that bit in rotation. I have the zone. Yeah, I guess we should probably do that now, just in case this fails, because I'm gonna play Wager. Really wanted another special medal on this thing, but it's like, I don't think I'm gonna draw it, let's be honest. No, that's fine. So you get 6.
Wait, I didn't shuffle.
That would help. And then we will Claydol. Oh, that's gonna pull the energy off it. Good job. There we go. They went back. Saw the button come out, and I was like, uh oh.
Those are.
So we'll get our 5. Oh, you really are just taking the piss. Whatever, I have Leafy on at least, so we'll get that down. Yeah, let's just go in and sledgehammer it for 80, I suppose. We'll use Metal Blast. At least this one's got a special energy on it, so for all the good it's gonna do.
You say that, it's actually really annoying for the damage path.
It's kind of annoying, yeah.
You joked on it earlier, but Vigorous Chip is actually really nice for this kind of for these kinds of 120, 130 ones.
Yeah.
And the special metal changes that math.
Yeah. At least you can't like force me out at the moment either, because we're on even prizes. At least I'm pretty sure, yeah. I've only taken out like 2 dice, right? So. I would make the joke and say Torterra feels like you're taking out 6 with just 1 knockout, but that's not quite the case here.
Attach a grass to the Torterra.
Yep. Yes, 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 you're very funny. Whatever. Lots and lots to think on here.
Yeah, so I played all for 2. Okay. Yeah, I think next time. Stevens for 5.
Yep. Honestly, I'm just a little surprised I managed to stabilize out of this one, considering my bench was overfilled, but managed it somehow.
Situation wasn't great. That's what's keeping me back here. I'm
Yeah.
Intensively rely on Earthquake.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Candy Set Dial.
Sure. Well, never getting rid of that this game. I could have just played the Evolutions deck proper, and I had Flareon in that one, and it would have been great. Just saying.
I'm going to Earthquake from there.
Sure, 50 on me. Alright, we will draw. Yeah, so these guys have got 30 on them, okay. Well, that makes my life a bit easier, okay. That wasn't exactly what I was going to do with this turn, but sure. I top deck Leafeon, I guess. Saves me searching for it. What the hell do I search for now? Do I search for anything now? I don't even know. Alright, well, we're going to Energy Force. Gonna manual attach as well, because I need to Verdant Dance to KO this thing later. Yeah, no, I guess I just don't search for anything this turn. I'm gonna use Claydol and put these back. Yeah, my whole turn was predicated on searching this guy out, not actually hard drawing it, and now I'm just like, what the hell do I do now? Too many options. Oh, that's really fucking hilarious, game. Give me that as soon as I do. Ah, whatever. Bench of Magnemite. Because that has to be the benching. Here, we will Steven for the full 6 here. Because yes, I'm still confident enough I'm going to be able to take this before stuff runs out. So we've got 30, 40, 50, 80. That's enough. And you can't kill me in response, I suppose. So, yeah, we'll just take the KO. That seems good. Yeah, it seems good. We'll Verdant here. Oh no, it's too quick!
So speedy! So...
Just don't accidentally Earthquake one more time here before you move it away. It's weird seeing that card in here when everything is like a 7,000 energy retreat cost. You know? It doesn't even help in most situations.
It's meant to help deal with coal energy Turtwig starts.
I guess.
I'm experimenting with things as well. I don't think I'd put this in if Seth was in format, because I'd be on charts instead. So. Which means that's probably not, which is unfortunate, but.
Yeah, it went back into the deck earlier. Okay.
Roseanne's.
Yep.
Grass and a Turtwig.
Seems good.
Bench. Attach.
Uh-huh.
Bottom deck 2.
Yep.
Draw 0.
Sad days. It's okay, I'm not drawing anytime soon either, am I?
Nope. 3 retreats.
Yep.
And Leaf Storm.
Yep, just don't move the stuff off the clay doll, because that's not how it works.
Yeah, it's grass Pokemon. I also don't heal my unknown.
Yeah, which, be glad I don't have Zapdos in this deck, right? Okay, I think we have at least a combo here. I do not know if it is the combo, but we're fairly close. Okay, let's start with Wall Point. Okay, that's fine. Level X. We will restructure.
Okay, so I got whatever I bring in is going to get a metal attached to it, but I may as well force you to use it.
Yep. Let me just check how many of these you've gone through first. Because the temptation is just to obviously snap pick, but yeah, you've gone through 3. That's probably, yeah, it's probably the snap pick here. Okay, energy forcing, manual attach. We will go through Magneton. Thinking if I want to use it here. Guess the other thing to do, maybe, to get through that. This one doesn't do it. So this guy can take him, which is good. But then, where do we go from there? What have I still got? I think, have I got one of those left? I should do, yeah. Yeah, I think I bottom decked it earlier, actually. It's just a couple of points to look at with it. Yeah, this is probably the best bet for it, wager. So let's not overcomplicate this here. Ah yes, perfectly balanced as
battle
all
shall be
things should be,
legendary.
damn it. Alright, 6 for you, that's probably gonna help, but whatever. We will, because I haven't had the chance to play though yet, because my hand was like 60 cards, we will... I don't know how that happened, it's kind of crazy, right? You know, 60 cards in the deck and they were all in my hand at the same time. Don't know how that happens, but whatever. We will use the Claydol here. I will... Magneton? Have I even got stuff to Magneton here? I'm pretty sure I do. Got like 1, right? Because I left 1 earlier. Yeah, I did. We will Magneton discard Permeable for that 1 metal that's in discard. I can't take the special one because it's too boring. And we will bring this guy in and Metal Blast for knockout. really hoping to stick you on a wager for free there, but whatever. You deal with what you can.
Maintenance.
Yep.
Energy.
Yep.
Good work.
That's what I was afraid of. Yep, that's what I was trying to stick you out of, but whatever.
Make you have it. Come on. Retreat. Attach grass to Turtwig. Level up.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm doing a vigorous dash. Put the 30 on the Leafy.
Okay. Down he goes. Okay. We will draw. Do I even have one? Do I even? I don't think so. It's one. Okay, yeah, two magnets down. So I'm just trying to think what's the best bet. Probably Magneton should probably be discarding. Weird as it is to say, I think it should probably be discarding Claydol here. Because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be establishing another one of those in this game. Of course, we have the two metal here, which we will just go ahead and, because everything's got 0 retreat on bench, so we'll just Energy Force attach. We have that restructure.
Well, I made you have it. I made you have it. It literally does not matter. Bite.
Yep. Just seeing. Yeah, it's gonna be you. We will 0 retreat out. I will Roseanne. Yeah, I guess that's fine. We'll Roseanne. Which is just going to grab magnet. Okay. Just gonna grab the magnet. That can get benched. And then we can use the Claydol because I haven't done that yet. So we will move these two.
I realise I've done goofed. Yep, I should have put that damage on Palkia.
Yeah, you should have.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it now. You should have. Yeah, and we will then dance for the care.
Yeah, seems anyway. I salvage this. Oh, hang on. It might be.
I'm all ears.
Palkia ain't doing shit. If the Palkia doesn't do shit, if the Palkia has no good targets.
I think you'll find us an acceptable enough target on this board right now. So move that, please. Yep.
You should go there. Grass on the Sceptile.
Yep. I think there is still a way of salvaging this, but it's not entirely over yet. A lot.
I also have my HP is also a lot, so counting is worth it.
It is. It is.
Yeah, you can use it. Leaf Storm.
Yeah, okay. I see the idea. Alright, seems good to me. We will draw, restructure. Bring this one in as soon as I can. There we go. Clicking slightly off. We have a medal, so we will have that. Just off. I guess. Well, we've got 7 in deck. Yeah, let's go ahead and put 2 to the bottom of Clado here. We'll draw the 1. That's actually exactly the one that I wanted to, because I was looking for night maintenance. Oh, okay. That hopefully wraps this up. Because I can use that to grab zone and 2 medals. 1 medal, because I've only got 1 in there, that's fine, doesn't matter. I don't need this one to hit at full power anyway. We will just Celio the zone so I can rack handy this, just to make sure it's available. These back into deck, just so that's not a liability on my board at this point. We will 0 retreat out and Metal Blast for 80.
Super Scoop.
Of course. Yep.
We know what's under it.
Of course I lose to fucking coin flips again. Well, I mean, it's not over yet, but fucking might as well be with that.
I should attach a grass here in case something stupid happens. Bring this in and we storm it.
Okay. Sure. That's a weird one. Why on earth would you do that? I mean, I guess I understand why, but yeah, that's weird. Let's just check the stuff here real quick.
Oh, bless. Fucking nerves got to me. I just realised I. No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm choking a ton today.
More. Yeah. Not entirely sure if it's gonna matter, but we'll see. Let's go. I don't even know exactly what's left in that I can do the stuff here, but let's go for the clay dog here.
I choked so bad. I forgot my own damage math. Why am I so nervous?
I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Well, I think we just gotta punch through the big guy at this point. We'll attach to the Palkia, we will retreat, and we will Metal Blast for the AD here.
I play it now, but I should lose. I should lose. It's having.
I think with that, I would agree, but I actually, yeah.
Oh no, I'd game his turn if I was
Yeah.
smart enough to bloody thingy the.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot my own damage math. That's what happened. It's like I still live. With that play, I still potentially live though. Do the same thing again. Leaf storm.
Sure. So
Wait,
that,
that takes. Oh shit! Oh, I scoop. Fuck
yeah,
it,
I still.
My brain fried. My brain just fried. My brain's gone. I'm sorry.
That's alright. Yeah, from there you can't counter catch at the chat art, so I win. I win at that point.
I forgot it had 120 exactly. I was panicking.
Yeah.
Ugh. Ugh.
Well, I should have lost the coin tosses. Let's be honest.
Well, I
Once
had a
again
second
with
scoop in
but
hand, so
yeah, I would have had that if not for the coin toss stuff. But that's fine.
yes, you deserved that win. You deserved it.
Well, I mean, at least it worked. So
I played like shite.
So my main mistake was, I guess, overbenching, because I couldn't get another Magnemite down, right? I had to Energy Force onto the Magnezone again, and that was just an easy take at that point. But, yeah, like, I couldn't really do much with that. It's like, where was I going to put it? On the Eevee? That didn't make a lot of sense, right? To put a Special Metal Energy on the Eevee, that wasn't going to be right. And, yeah, like, I had Warp Point left in deck as well, so I was considering looking into like the Warp Point play for stuff at that point. Excuse me. Excuse me, where do you think you'll go with my card, good sir?
I gave it back. I just copy and pasted it.
It's alright, I'm just just using on that as like just before I accidentally copy it again because you know it's all good. Well, okay, at least the stuff worked.
I choked like a bloody. I need a break after this game. I'm just.
Yeah, understandable. It's another one of those. Should have been messed up by Super Scoop Up flipping on me, but I guess you're not out of it until the opponent loses or whatever. I don't know what the fucking thing is with it there. It's like if you can't win, make your opponent lose or something, right? Just wait until they play themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think there were like 3 different attacks you could have done there that would have been a lot better. You identified straight away that if you'd have put the 30 on the Palkia, I would have had the shenanigans going. But I think the other thing to have done would have been to actually like vigorous dash the Chatot.
Yeah, the Chatot was the other target. Yeah, I choked hard. Like,
yeah, I was thinking if you like. If you brought up the Palkia and then dashed and hit the Chatot, I don't think there's any way that I can win from there because I can't knock out you guys in one hit with the way the board was. I had to attach otherwise to get anything going. So maybe I shouldn't have even restructured, but I was like, I could probably trap you, and then you flipped heads on Super Scoop, and you know.
I had 2 scoops in hand because of the wager, so.
Yeah, I also lost both wagers in that game, so I was not in a very fortunate spot in that one, let's just put it that way, but shit happens.
Yeah, my head's just... I don't know what it is today, I'm just not in it.
It's all good. Right, so, you wanted to know what the hell this thing did, man. I know you've been looking through some of the stuff with it already, but Magnezone is a thing that gives you no retreat if you have metal energy attached, so Magnezone Palkia is a really like elegant way of solving the issue of like Claydol being too fat and not being able to retreat. So you can just attach a metal to it, and then when restructure they bring it in, it's you can just retreat for free at that point. And Leafeon is just really good at getting a bunch of energy in play because Magnezone also scales with how much metal energy it has on it. The free base, it's enough to KO Claydol, but it does 10 extra for every metal that's on it. So you can scale it up to relevant enough numbers and potentially just reduce a bunch of damage to specials as well. But all of those energy don't go to waste because Leafeon's Verdant Dance is another scaling move based on all the energy you have. So
yep.
It's a way of trying to get Palkia to actually work, and it does. It's awkward, and I think I ended up getting the regular Palkia down far too early off of the stuff. I needed bench space for another Magnemite, but it still, like, it did what it was supposed to do, and yeah, at least in the end it did set out. It's probably not the best Leafeon deck I could have bought this week, to be honest, but I really wanted to try and get this Magnezone to work, because it's so cool, you know? And it doesn't fit in the later Magnezone decks, because every other Magnezone that you'd play instead is cracked to all hell, and it just literally can't fit. It's like technically the 4th best Magnezone, because the level X is also really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, yeah, let's give it a shot. Why not? Also, the fact of Magneton, this is the only time the only time we've got like to use it with Leafeon. Having an energy retrieval plus energy forcing is gross. So, you know. Good idea at the very least. Maybe a little too greedy on the Leafeon being cut down a bit, but Magnezone is supposed to be the main attacker, so like I don't feel too bad about that, but... And I do have a permeable, so I can recover the level X at least. So...
Is Warp Energy still in format?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was in Dragon Frontiers or Palkia was one of the 2.
And then we lose it for 2 sets. Because it does come back in Platinum, is it? The SP set? I believe it comes back in the third set of next game.
Stormfront.
Stormfront, okay. Legends Awakens. Oh, I guess Stormfront's the second one then. So we only lose it for one.
Yeah, only lose it for one.
All right. It's the rainbow energy of Gen 4. Because rainbow energy was always rotating for one set, and that was it.
My warp is kind of my only other thought on how to make Palkia a little more like deck agnostic. So you can we can unknown Q to Claydol plus warp it to get 2 retreats off. Kinda okay, maybe.
Yeah, it's still like super awkward. Honestly, I would just play like Force Switch if I was going down that sort of route with Palkia. Of just being like, yeah, you're gonna need to play a lot of Switch with the guy to actually get him out. There's not really much of a scope otherwise. It's just like that's gotta be it.
I was kind of tossing around a Scum deck over here. Not too sure what to do with it, but
Yeah, Glaceon was another kind of I guess expected. Like I was expecting either that or the Bronzong stuff to show up, but I wasn't even like why I picked with this one, because like Leafeon is just something I just love to play, because my god, attaching any energy you want is like insane, you know. There's so many different things you can do with this, it's not even funny, but it's just picking which one of them ends up being the best for them around or something, right? It's tough, but Glaceon was one of the ideas that I had with it as well, because I guess it kind of makes sense, but it's just like there's some inherent plays that you can do with them. Like Dawn Stadium actually suddenly becomes really good because you just heal off of them every time you use Energy Forcing and attach to them. And that can push numbers out of range, which is quite nice.
okay, yeah.
So I've just noticed there's a V-star marker on top of my my hidden zone over here. What up with that?
It can if it gets dropped into the void, sometimes it can spawn on top of them. I don't think it spawns stuff in the hidden zone, so it just bumps it up.
Yeah, it's just very funny as all. Oh, and I see, yeah, my other deck that I was looking at is over here for stuff.
Drops it there.
Anyone want to play versus Empozong or Glaceon?
I mean, I do have other stuff to look at.
I have played against both, so
I'll let you take this one, Cal.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. The problem is the main secondary deck that I would have wanted to play is naturally really, really good against Empoleon. So I don't know if you'd really want to force that one, but
Okay, I'll just try the Glaceon then.
might as well.
The thing I'm surprised we didn't see is Amphizone.
I couldn't make it different from the thing. That was one of the two. Like Amphi and Empo actually were the two decks that I was looking at before. I wanted to do it, but I couldn't see a way of making it different. And the deck just looks really weird to me. Like it's playing basic lightnings only as the basic energy. It has like all the specials and shit, but oh god. Okay, this hand is a thinker. All right. What would you like?
Actually, booty, but I'll take heads.
What would you like for the
We'll
coin
see.
toss?
Maybe I said I'll take heads, please.
Okay, sorry.
We'll see the top deck, but not.
Okay. Well, you are going first, so
She.
Yeah,
I'm just looking at the Amphizone list now. Apart from the energy base, it seemed like a very known list.
Yep.
Ultra fan.
Search your deck for all the Eevees. This is one of the reasons I've loved playing Leafeon stuff as well, because I've played like the Evolutions one, played it with the Glaceon is another reason, because you could just get all of the Eevees out and it's great. I've played it with the other deck I was gonna bring was Lucario. Probably should have bought that one instead in the end, but I think it would have had a much worse matchup against what Pepper bought, so you know. Oh, that is super weird. What the hell do I do now?
The only thing-
Sorry,
yeah, you can do your thing. I'll type in chat so I don't observe things.
Yeah, I guess we'll give it a go. Top Deck Patchy completely changes. This is the second time today. It completely changes the complexion of what I wanted to do this turn. We're gonna try for Super Scoop Up. Alright, yeah, so that can come out. I don't think I want to bench it that badly. I mean, I could, because it spreads a counter to all of them if I flip heads again. But it may be a little vulnerable, I don't know. Tapping keyboards intensifies. Yeah, I have Roseanne. That's what I was gonna do anyway, but Patchy's kind of changing the layout a little bit here. I think it's fine. Once it loads up. It's taken an awful long time to do that today, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a Baltoy, and got that.
You hungry for a boss? Let's get you.
Let's grab a Grass Energy. Do that. Okay, Pepper, please.
Oh, sorry, that's still coming through.
Yeah, a lot.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine, but... Okay, yeah, let's go for the Zapdos, actually, because you've got a lot of Eevees down. So, it's a flip, so let's see if we actually get it. Okay, yeah, sure. So, spread 10 to all of them. Might as well put Crystal Beach down at the moment. I'll attach a Lightning, and I will call for family here. Let's not get too hasty on this, please. I do need to get my search off.
Yeah, do your thing. I'm only at a disadvantage, which
I know, it's just...
I'm happy to accept.
We will simply grab 2 Eevee. Okay, go for it. Yep.
Wait a minute. This doesn't make any sense. My thought was somehow I will magically have a Baltoy on my bench. There's a patch here.
So what's the search of for babies then?
Yeah, I guess we can do the same thing with chat talk. So we'll still attach, still retreat, chat out.
Pay 1.
Thanks. Evolve, Espion,
Okay.
and Mimic.
Yep, copycat for the 3. Oh, Mimic, you know what I mean. It could have been called Copycat, and I think it would have been fine, but Mimic is the better move at the moment. Right, okay. We do have a Claydol.
Claydolion.
Oh my goodness. You guys are silly. We'll put a Grass Energy on the Eevee. I will Claydol for the 5.
Maybe in another, I don't know, what, 14 years? We can get Gen 4, the second remake,
Goodness.
with a new Beyond.
That would be very silly. Okay, babies, we will put back... Yeah, this seems pretty good. Do that. Again, eventually when it loads up. Grab ourselves Leafeon.
It's funny that Smash Short doesn't kill unknown out of the hand.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? That also, if Unknown G is attached, it does not discard it because it's an effect of an attack. You still do the 40, but you don't discard the Unknown, so it's kind of weird how that works. Right, we will pay the retreat to the Eevee, go for the Leafeon.
Why doesn't it attach or discard the unknown?
Because no, discarding is an effect of an attack, and Unknown G prevents all effects of attacks excluding damage.
Ah, okay, G. I was thinking Q.
Yeah, Q it would discard, yeah. Anyway, we'll go for Bind down here, so 30 and Chatot can't retreat next turn.
It's the Chatot or
the Chatot can't retreat next turn.
The Pachirisu is like locked. I can't see it anymore. If you're able to, like, switch it or
Pachirisu is here.
There we go.
I
30,
paid retreat, and then yeah.
Yeah. I knew what you did was right, but I just
it was invisible the whole time. Yep. Yep. Top 2. Best card that is just like really, really hard to play, sort of thing, you know. Just because deck space is kind of rough for it. Like, I know how good Acrobike is as a card, and this is pretty much the same thing. It's just, yeah. Yep. It's just really hard to actually use most of the time.
Yeah. I feel like this deck is like straightforward enough, but
yeah,
kind of ran out of cards that I needed. Yeah, I think we're good to just mimic.
So that's for 4. Alrighty, we will draw. Alright, so straight in with a Leafeon level X. I tell you, like, almost every deck I built this week that weren't just like straight, you know, non-tweaks and stuff were Leafeon decks, so it was always going to be a resistance battle here. Still, Speed Slide ignores it. I've found that useful in my own play. We will Energy Forcing to the Leafeon. Yeah, I'm actually going to manual attach to it as well here. I think it's fine. We will go for Celio. Yeah, it's like I want to get that on the Zapdos, but I think it's actually better being on the Leafeon here. So we'll grab another one to evolve there. Use the Play-Doh.
Could have been playing plus powers and stuff too instead of consistency.
Plus power is one of the things I would have maybe looked at here, because we don't have like the Cess Castaway Absol thing. Right, I've done pretty much everything I can there. So we will use the Leaf Guard on the base Leafeon here to cut damage by 20 next turn. So with resistance, that's minus 40 at the moment.
Celio.
Yep.
X.
Yeah, it was like that's probably the last turn I'm gonna get to do the thing here, but it's fine. At least it's the last turn for now. Yep. Of course you fucking flip heads, because you always fucking flip heads. This is ridiculous.
G, and we'll do the whatever one energy attack.
Snow Cloak, yeah. So it's the 30. Well, it'll do 0 because resistance plus Leaf Guard, but it has the agility flip on it, which of course you get, because why the fuck would you not? Every single fucking time. I've got Roseanne. Literally just do not ever flip tails, it's bullshit. Whatever, we will take 2 grass.
It's like I say, just flip heads. It's not easy sometimes.
Well, good luck damaging me as well. We'll Leaf Guard, because I can still reduce damage here, so...
Yeah, I can't win this game. I'll just...
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this was a much more straightforward version for the stuff here. Yeah, Crystal Beach obviously is the big thing. I can't play Crystal Beach in here. I have
in my opening hand.
Wow! I have free beach in my deck. One hand there, but it's like, yeah, there's no way this deck can play double rainbow scramble. It could play cast form, but like, do I need cast form in here when it could just be my starter and be terrible? I don't know. Maybe with scoop ups it's okay, but I can't play double rainbow and scramble on the Zapdos, and the Zapdos is the main thing with it here. So one really cool interaction. I was gonna bench this eventually. Old Amber takes no damage from any Pokemon's attacks whilst it's on the bench. So the Zapdos' downside of doing 40 to one of your own Pokemon, you just target the Old Amber and it does nothing. So it then becomes a basic with 100 HP that does 80 for free energy. Which is a pretty damn good ratio in my opinion. So I was just like, yeah, let's just put that with Leafeon and see if it works that way too.
Neat.
Like I said, I've done a bunch of things with it this week. I've got Lucario as one of the other ones I played because Stance is actually really good in the end. You can force quite a lot of interactions with that, which is nice. You kind of saw the Magnezone as we're playing out with Pepper. The straight evolutions deck, I was torn between, like, I think I ended up putting Flareon in instead of the Vaporeon, because I found that going against Leafeon decks was terrible for, like, evolutions. You know? You just get outpaced. If you get outpaced in it and your Leafeon doesn't kill theirs, then nothing you can do wins the game from there. It's really annoying. So there was that. I tried Moltres as well, but similar reasons to Zapdos, but instead of the 80 for free, it's 100 for free, but you got to discard all the fire that's on it. So it's not quite as synergistic, but it has if you flip heads when you put it into play, you can get free fires out the discard straight away onto it. So that could sometimes be a burst option with Leafeon, right? So yeah, the only one I didn't try was Articuno because he sucks. But you know, it wouldn't suck for you though, because you bench it, you flip heads, and you paralyze the opponent out of nothing. So you know, it's like just straight paralysis every single turn. Really annoying. But
just play like a grandmaster.
Exactly. It's literally Jax. It's so dumb. But
four effective scoop up nets to do it 4 more times.
Mm-hmm. So there was that. I didn't do Magmortar obviously because Magmortar isn't legal this week. Next week it would be, but I'm pretty sure I'm Leafeon'd out for this one, to be honest, because I built so many of these things. There were some other considerations, but I think most of them end up being too clunky. Like Infernape could have been considered because the new Infernape does it discards all its fire and does 40 for every one you discard. So, like, functionally, it's 10 less than what the Flare Blitz one does, but it can scale higher. And if you Energy Force to that, that's quite good. But how are you fitting all that into a deck? Because you need the... Well, the level X recovers your energy, so I guess you don't need Magneton or anything for that, but it's just... I don't know how you're fitting a Stage 2 level X and a Stage 1 level X and, you know, everything else in. So...
I'm surprised you said Empozong wouldn't be good versus that Leafeon build. I feel like that would have been better than Glaceon.
Yeah, it does a bit more damage, but Empoleon really doesn't favor... is not... I mean, I guess it's because I don't play Lake Boundary, maybe you'd at least survive, but you don't really kill the Leafeon ever, and Zapdos hits you for 110, so like any chip just kind of takes it out.
Yeah. I mean, I would dual splash your bench and then Pain Amplifier. Like that, you go Bronzong mode.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. It's from my own I mean, I guess I didn't have the energy removal stuff in, but it's from my own testing as well of just like the Empozong just didn't do anything here.
Yeah.
To be honest, dual splash is cute, but you're getting a bare minimum 2-shot all the time, and if you're not dealing with the active that's killing you, so it becomes a lose-lose situation in the end. It's like, you have to try and punch through the active because it's the thing that's doing the most damage, but you can't because it has too much HP, and Bronzongs get 1-shot as well, so it's not as if that's really that much of a silver bullet here in the end. 90 HP is not enough to just like survive it. takes too many resources.
I can scramble surf together for 80.
Do you have outs to Crystal Beach in here?
No. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I have free Crystal Beach for that reason. So
yeah, it's really
Scramble
weird.
does
I don't
nothing.
understand why this list is not playing outs to it.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Because you would expect that Crystal Beach would be really popular because Guardiolate, right? That deck absolutely relies on Double Rainbow and Scramble, so you would expect any deck that has the opportunity to not play the special energy just loses if they don't play it, right? I know Windstorm was a card that was relatively popular, but it's not popular in like 3s and 4s and such. You surely have got to give it a go.
Well, this dice is has a single Moonlight.
Yeah, it's just like, really? Oh, the other thing I didn't even mention, because I know I have like all powers and stuff here, but like Bronzong also dies to Zapdos if I get one Sheet Lightning hit, right? Because it's at 90 and I do 80, so like even Zapdos is a competent one-shotter against it as well. I don't even have to Leafeon all the time for it. So in my experience with this, it's just like your weakness is really painful. It doesn't quite one-shot because I don't have boundary, but it's very much within like a single bind down range, or even just a couple of unlucky Sheet Lightnings on your end, right? And yeah, with 4 Super Scoop up in here too, you don't do enough damage quickly enough if I just scoop the things that you're attacking on the bench, and then you're not hitting the stuff in the active, and Bronzong gets one shot eventually as well because Leafeon stacks too much. And without any way of dealing with Crystal Beach, there is no combat mechanic to play around. So that's been my experience. Obviously it could change on the stuff there, but I have not. I mean, energy removal 2 could be a potential thing off of it that would mess things up slightly, but ultimately that's like a minor roadblock for a Leafeon deck, right? When it gets going like that, because it's like, oh no, you discarded my energy, but I can just force another couple into play. So
yeah, I guess I'm just thinking like, as opposed to Glaceon, the matchup, like if I'd stuffed you out early with a Glaceon, then maybe that would have been good.
Yeah.
But if we're equally, like if you have any amount of setup, feels like an auto lose for Glaceon, whereas it doesn't necessarily feel like it has to be an auto lose with it.
Yeah, I get that. The only Glaceon thing I built was, again, with the Leafeon, because without Cess and Absol, I thought the disruption side probably isn't going to work well enough, so I just didn't bother with that one. But the pure disruption thing, right? Because it's just like, I don't feel as if energy removal by itself is going to be good enough when your whole point is like stopping the opponent from even starting. As you saw, we got just too much of a setup on that as a result. That looks a lot different if that lead was an Absol there, right? Because you just ripped my hand apart before we even begin. But yeah, it's like the only reason Glaceon would even stand half of a chance within that game is because the Speed Slide, I think it's called, the second attack on the regular Glaceon, ignores resistance and other effects. So if you get the free energy on Glaceon, you don't Avalanche, you do the second attack, and it still does 60 to the Leafeon regardless. So it can two-shot as well. So the idea, I guess you've got to get it out fast enough where it's not falling that far behind, you know.
Right.
Still
yeah,
unfavorable, yeah. Go on.
You only have to pay 2 energy, you can go to a one-shot, attach to your bench guys.
Yeah. Yeah, you normally want to go free energy versus the Glaceon, at least force them to do the speed slide thing so that they don't get too many random avalanche heads, because that can just start ripping your own bench apart, because Avalanche is a nasty attack if you just flip on that, right? It would only do 50 to the Leafeon if you don't Leaf Guard it, but it's 20 to all of the opponent's bench on heads, which is crazy good. So yeah, you probably want to force them to speed slide every turn rather than doing that, just so you can be in that two-shot position. But yeah, with a setup like that, I don't think there was much to talk on in that one, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, Glaceon's a tough one. Like, I don't know. DNA's been telling me the whole time that it's not actually that good. It was never like good in the format, etc. And I can kind of understand why. It looks like it's really kind of close to being good, but maybe too many war points were being played at the time. Maybe people it was too fragile, right? Being a 100 HP stage 1 level X is not that great, right? Everything 2 shots it anyway. There's no heal.
Part of the reason I chose Tor was because I saw that even if Glaceon did show up, I have plenty of ways of hitting the 100.
Yep. And Glaceon does like nothing to Torterra either, which is kind of funny, because other than Claydol, your entire deck is bodies, right? So it doesn't actually touch it.
Technically the level X.
Yeah, but like hell, you're going behind on prices in that matchup. If you're really going behind on prices in that matchup, you stick the Sceptile in the active, right? Because that does resist. So, you know.
Resist, but it's 2-shot by Avalanche.
I wouldn't be surprised if Glaceon did fairly well against Torterra. Shutting off your setup means it's going to be a lot harder to get 2 stage 2s out.
It would not. Well, you see, I kind of protect my list out to deal with that because I bought Fiona. So I have some kind of setup without Claydol.
That makes sense.
I think also the other problem is that you're actually kind of technically worse than a stage 2 deck when it comes to setting up Glaceon as well, because you can't level up in the same turn as you. It's not. That's why I asked DNA earlier. You can't do like say a rare candy level up or something in the same thing. So you have to take 2 turns to set the stuff up. Whereas a stage 2 deck, if they just have rare candy in hand, which seems to happen more often than not, they can be a instant setup for it. So you are actually a turn slower. It's kind of like almost like Mega Evolution and stuff in that way. It's like, yeah, you are just that 1 turn slower, and you give a bare minimum of 2 turns with powers with this thing. So even if you go first and you happen to like start Eevee, get Glaceon next turn, etc., the opponent still has at least 1 turn to get their setup stuff going, and like that's actually kind of enough sometimes, right?
Right. I guess that's why I have Theo in here as well. So hopefully start or Roseanne into Theo and turn 2, go to level X.
Yeah, and I could see that. That at least potentially gets it to go a little bit quicker. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. If they get like, you really want to stop Claydol from ever doing anything at all.
Yeah. And I guess the other problem point is that Glaceon just gets warp pointed, and a lot of decks in this format are playing like 3 warp point in the deck. And if you
or call energy.
Well, I mean,
Cyclone.
Yeah, Cyclone isn't common, to be honest. It's only like exactly your deck with the Dustolan I've really seen it in. That doesn't.
Cyclone is most decks are running call on energy, which is pressuring their colours as it is.
Yeah. And yeah, if Glaceon gets warp pointed, then Claydol can still be live anyway. And I think that's the other big problem with the deck as a whole, because then you also can't set up a second level X unless you retreat the first one, because you can't level X on the bench. So, unlike, I think this is where the Sassing would come in instead, because if the deck, that's why the deck was playing it, because it's like your Absol Cessation goes to the bench when you get the Glaceon level X up, but if Warp Point comes in, you just bring the Absol in then, and that's still got Cessation Crystal on it, the opponent still can't use their powers. Without that in the format, Glaceon can't actually do that side of things, and that significantly hurts its lock as well.
It's I mean, you hope that you stop them from drawing the warp points.
Yeah.
They can't. You can't stop them forever. Eventually they'll draw it, but I feel like you're really just picking on over reliance on play all, where we're not playing that many draw supporters, and if they're playing 2 or 3 warp points, their top deck might not do enough to get into another warp point.
Yep. Yeah, so as is the case with so many of these decks, in the end, it's you kind of have to hope to get a bit lucky in the game, and that's not my playstyle really. Not most of the time. There is just one exception, and that is a very egg-shaped coconut tree that was very funny. And yeah, but yeah, no, it's like you have to kind of lock out a little bit, as you say, and just hope the opponent has a really not amazing start and can't ever establish anything because of your lock. But this lock is so thin that yeah, it's tough. Which is a shame because I love Glaceon, but I wouldn't even say this ain't it, because I can see like where this would be really strong. Just I don't know if it's capable enough of carrying by itself in the end. That's, I think, where the problem is for me. If I don't know if, because of how many issues there are with this card, I don't know if it's enough by itself to make the deck work. But
did you already get leftovers and amulet coin?
Those were 2 sets ago.
yeah, well,
Okay.
Great Encounters, yeah. Problem is, they only work at the end of your turn, so it's like a 10 damage heal over two end phases, if you will. It's not not gonna solve the issue here.
Mediocre.
Other piece in format technically as well, that's not much better.
Right, I need to change my color real quick so I can bring the thing out, because I did actually have Leafeon Glaceon built myself, and I did bring it into the bit here. So I might as well just bring out the other 2. Oh no, that's the Evolution one. I won't bring the other 2 decks I had out anyway, just to, assuming I can grab both of them
I also have
completely. Bless you.
Bless you.
Yeah, I didn't bring the Leafeon Glaceon one out of my thing, so I'm gonna have to load that in at some point soon, but I might as well just bring the other. I had the set of 4 that I was looking at. The Magnezone one, the Zapdos thing, and then these 2 were the other ones I showed at the start. I was about to swat at my screen because of the black dot there, thinking it was a fly, but no, it's Sai's hand because he's player black right now.
Oh.
Oops. That's okay. Where is it? Leafeon. Like I said, I've got far too many of these things this week, but I need to clean my test stuff folder out, actually, because I think I've still got decks all the way back to like Mysterious Treasures in here at this point, just because I might have wanted to go back to the idea a little bit. I built Nidoqueen back in Mysterious Treasures. It was always one that I was like, I'm going to go back to this one day and have a look. Never did, you know? Yeah, so I'll spread this one out here. So I have like no disruption in comparison. I have like free wager, I think, is my major disruption in this one. But this is also using Leafeon to try and actually attach enough energy around as well. Like the Glaceon lock is nice, but it's not the only thing this deck can do. And I had a little bit of success with this one. Mostly because in the end I could actually like energy force and keep up with stuff like this.
Not on the screen. Not on the screen.
Yeah. I did build the Morphin Gyarados as well, and we did play that midweek, and it was very fun.
I actually built my own variant.
Yeah, I can imagine you did. Yeah, it was a little bit fragile, but like if you can go up enough prizes at the start so that your one-hit KOing weakness doesn't matter, you're fine, right? But no, this was my end-up take on stuff, because I was like, I don't think this guy can carry the deck by itself, and that's it. So I thought if we put Leafeon in as well, apart from just being like Leafeon gets covered by Glaceon in terms of weakness matchup, right? But it's also Leafeon can then be like the heavy hitter at the end of stuff there. You've still got the tricks like Glaceon Snowcloak that can work, but you can also just build up Leafeon in the background as well. And then when the Glaceon inevitably falls, because it's not doing enough, you can just start blitzing them with Leafeon. And that was a little bit more successful, but it also doesn't have like most of the disruption stuff, none of the ER2s, etc. Although you aren't playing Wager and I am, so I guess we're tied on that. So this was my attempt. I wouldn't necessarily say it was better or anything, but like it did at least feel like I could do stuff with it, just because Leafeon inherently is just like really strong, you know. So
I noticed a mistake that came up in the list. Just deleted 2 extra Felicities because I was dumb. But yeah, I originally tried to get a Pidgeot line in here, but it was too big for the deck.
oh yeah.
It just wouldn't get. The deck was just too fast. By the time it didn't want to hold all the stuff needed to make the Pidgeot worth it.
Fair.
But I still wanted to try and cut the
Worm at
Claydol
him.
out because I just didn't think that it needed it per se.
This
Try to
worm,
make a more turbo-y build.
yeah, this worm was the meta breaker versus the Garchomp that I played in midweek. I played against Sammy's Garchomp list basically with Pepper helming that one, and yeah, because this Wormadam got to 120 HP and was enough with the a Wormadam plus a Morphin attack was able to take out the Garchomps. That was the meta breaker, because the Garchomp list plays Lightning, which means it hits Gyarados for 110. So Gyarados is not a good like answer to it, unfortunately. So like everything in here, apart from Wormadam, dies in one hit to an established Garchomp. So your goal is to like get up like 2 prizes early because you hit so hard so quickly, and they're doing setup turns and stuff. Garchomp can only manually attach, and your goal is to just like, you know, have enough dudes so that when they start one-shotting you, you're trading your 2 shots for their 1 shot, and it's a bit like self-sustained in that actually, because the Burmy can actually get a grass energy back when it goes active, so you'd only need like 1 attach every turn, so it's actually more attainable than you would think. You just have to go up the prizes early, otherwise. Also, nice 3-4 Gyarados in this list, I'm noticing.
Yeah, that's on purpose for ratio reasons. Cause I have tons of monster of basic search, but keeping the turbo element while finding enough Evo search was hard. Also makes the Great Balls more likely to hit an Evo.
Fair dues. Chris. Ah dear. Okay. So I know we have the everything on banned week, but do we still want to look at hits from this one, or do we want to? Because I imagine we'll be seeing at least a couple of things which are already banned next week. So do we want to look at anything this round, or?
Yes.
So yeah, the main thing I brought and played the 2 games was the Magnezone one over here. So I guess if I bring my main deck across, I'll put it up the top in here. So this was the main thing that I brought. Yeah, some of it's gone awkward, but it's fine.
So it'd be the Magnezone here, I think, because Leafeon is a energy accelerator. So
This is exactly what I said to Sai. This is exactly what I said was going to be the thing. It's like, because I'll be completely honest immediately. And
is
just
anyone
say,
else roboting?
Yeah, you sound like a robot. Sorry, Cal.
oh no, that's weird. Huh.
I guess Leafeon is also an attacker. It's an awkward one.
I'm not dropping frames. This is weird. Alright, let me try and rejoin here real quick and see if that fixes it. It might just be Discord is having issues.
There's some technical
there we go.
difficulties going on.
There we go.
Yay.
Yeah, I saw. I haven't dropped any frames this entire time, but I saw I saw on Discord it was like 1 bar or something. I was like, wait, what? How's that work? So I
Goes
ended
out
up
badly.
just like disconnected, rejoined. There we go. Yeah. So as I was trying to say, this was exactly what I expected was going to be the response, and because I told you this as well, Sai, I was like, you're going to be hard pressed to hit Leafeon here as much as you wanted to after Wednesday, because I knew the immediate response was going to be, it's an energy accelerant, it's not going anywhere, right?
But it also has really good attacks.
It is a really good attacker, yes.
So it's at least borderline.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll admit that. Yeah. This is a
This
tricky one.
looks more like a Magnezone deck than a Leafeon deck to me.
Yeah, I mean, the idea in this one
The Magnezone
was...
does benefit.
Yeah. The idea was to be attacking more with the Magnezone, and the Leafeon is supposed to be support, but this is like one of about 7 Leafeon decks I made this week, so take that as you will. You know, if you
If
hit
it's not
them...
on the ban list, can wait for a bit and see how it goes. I mean,
We are changing formats next
exactly.
step with bans, so there's going to be a shake-up regardless.
We'll see how well it does in the new era.
Yeah, I will just say now, I am probably not looking at playing either of these two for the future bit, because again, as I've said before, in the Magnezone, when that deck is a thing, this one doesn't fit into it because there's not enough names to play. There's too many other good Magnezones that do the job a lot better. And Leafeon, like, I could play, but the next 2 decks I'm looking at from the next set do not require this kind of thing whatsoever. So, personally, I'm already, like, you know, not going to play it anyway, so I don't care whether you hit it or not. But, you know, if you clearly this week kind of left a little bit in the middle with going, I don't want to see this fucking grass fox ever again type thing, so I could understand if
I
it
was
was
looking at
if it
next
was to
week
go.
as a next set as well, because like Leafeon Rayquaza.
That might.
That sounds
work.
like spicy.
You might get away with that. Magneton does rotate though, so how are you recovering enough energy with that? I don't know. We'd have to see.
I think Torterra's an easy one to stay goes. That's a
Yeah, Torterra can probably come back in. Oh god, it's fucking Stormfront, isn't it? It's like that's.
there's only one step for the next one comes in.
Yeah, Torterra. That's. I mean, if you were gonna hit any, I would almost rather not hit the level X because of that. Because at the very least, you could. Like, it seems really decent to have the fighting one there for it. But I wouldn't blame you wanting to get rid of it that way.
Like, fair enough with level. Like,
It's just.
what would Torterra's like? Would it be so get an idea of what kind of deck you'd build it with?
The next.
When do we get the fighting one? Is the fighting one the next one?
Yeah, it's the next one, and it's in 2 sets time. So, like, we could just unhit it for that format. I wouldn't necessarily mind that either.
Yeah.
But the fighting one, when you evolve into it, just straight up evolves all of your grass types in play. It's actually kind of insane. But
There's
Of course,
base
Oopsie.
Torterra as well.
yeah, there
If not
is.
the X, I would be inclined to ban both Torterra.
Which, yeah, like, I could see. I don't know.
It's like almost functionally the same thing. Like, I think we all agree that like this is fine when that's an option, but I think the real goal is just this is not an option.
For now, yeah, just, like, don't... Yeah, I mean, honestly, whatever. Just hit one of them, like, one or like either the level X or the non, or just fucking hit all of them for all I care. For the until like this one comes out, like, we do not need to see this next week, right? I already played this last week before the Majestic Dawn one came out as well, like, as the third thing. I know it didn't set up against you, but that was what I tried to bring, right? Was this one at the very end of last week. So there's been lots of this already shown, and yeah, like
I'm not running this back. I wanted to try. I wanted to play a deck for a bit. I played a deck for a bit. I'm satisfied.
yeah. So whichever way round you want it, so that this doesn't get bought next week by anyone just wanting to chance it, is fine by me. I don't really care. But
we're
so
doing
long...
ban list first, then the unrestricted. That works.
Yeah.
Oh,
so go on.
Sorry, I was responding to Sai, so, but I ended up realizing I was dumb, so.
Right. So long as it's available again, kind of like the same way the Garchomp thing was. So long as it's available again when like the next sort of good version of it is in. I don't even know how many. Like, it would be nice just to experiment with the ratios, right? Because I don't even know how many of the fighting one in comparison you would play.
I think I would run 2 fighting, one frenzy plant.
Yeah, like, if you're wanting to try and do anything like this again, you need the level X in order to get the fighting one into a grass type, right? Because Sceptile doesn't work on fighting Pokemon, obviously. So,
yeah,
and that makes it awkward with the naming. So, you know.
Yeah, like, there's arguments for two frenzy plant or 1/1/1 then for the lower line.
It'll be worth experimenting with, let's just put it that way. So long as it's available again for that, so that, you know, we don't just cripple this guy without any like reason. I'm fine with whatever you want to hit, just to say that it's not playable next week.
Yeah, that's fine. And the level X doesn't even matter if these two are both banned, so just ban a lot for 1 week.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Sure. All cards with Torterra in their name.
We lose access to the Metagross that like does damage for every Pokemon of the same name that's on the bench and shit. So unfortunate. Just a funny one. Yeah, and then I suppose that leaves these two with it. Empo, yeah, sure. I mean, it's a really freaking good card at the moment. I wanted to build something with this as well, but I couldn't work out how to properly change the list without it being weird. So, but yeah, if you didn't play it, I would have probably. So, you know, it's not long for this anyway. Not sure if you can make the same arguments on this with Empo level X as you would with the Torterra, because I don't know decks weren't playing the level X anyway, unless it was just like, I guess the Omastar stuff was, but it's like, the Metal type would not work whatsoever with the Water type level X, so I don't think you can quite make the same argument here as quickly anyway. So...
We already have the base Empoleon banned, right?
Yes, that one was already hit because everybody pulled it, either that or Infernape. Basically, everybody pulled it that week. It's the last draft that we ever had, and everyone got one of the two, so everyone was playing it in one way, shape, or form.
All cards with Empoleon or Torterra in their name are banned then.
And then...
Bring out the metal so we can see it.
So here's the awkward bit. When looking at what Sai had, I mean, really, it has to be Dusknoir.
I'm going to put forward a suggestion here. We limit it to 1, Yu-Gi-Oh style.
That's an interesting idea.
So the logic for that is because the Dusknoir itself is often used as a 1/0/1 tech line in Stage 2 decks. I think it's probably still usable in the deck I'd be looking at bringing next week as well, so I could see that. But this way, it's not able to be the main attacker of the format, if you will. Which I can understand that, because yeah, this deck doesn't work unless you unless you have this Noir, right? There are plenty of other Dusknoir coming out which are all stupidly busted, by the way. They're all like really strong, and that will enable the level X as well when it comes, so you probably won't even see this one in an actual Dusknoir deck later on anyway. So
is this the only Duskull in format?
You're both talking over each other here. One at a time, please.
Is this the only Duskull in format?
No, there are others.
You could also probably hit the Duskulls. Reaper Cloth is pretty strong.
It is, but you know, so is Rare Candy. Right?
Yeah.
You don't need to be thinking this one, and I don't
Yep.
actually think this is the Duskull that gets played at the end of this either, because I think the shiny one comes out at some
Yeah,
point
the
soon.
shiny
so...
one at some point.
Yeah, that's in the same set. Shiny one's also
I
in
don't think-
Stormfront.
Banning just Duskull doesn't stop Dusknoir from existing. And
No,
I mean,
but
that's
limiting this one is also a way of taking fight out of Dusknoir deck.
So, no,
I don't think
there,
it makes
there's
sense.
several. Even after rotation, there's still the DP1 Duskull. That's flipped to the stable for C, so kind of bad. Yeah, Stormfront has all the goodies for. The
I guess
Duskull
it just kind of
War.
feels like an unnecessary hit to also hit the Duskull. Like, that feels like it's just kind of going to take all the teeth out of it at that point. And I mean, you're already losing the Dusclops, which is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, like
Ah,
the Bustops
fair
doesn't mean
enough.
I think is going to rotate. Which actually the best part about Reaper Cloth is that it goes into Dusclops.
Mhm.
Turn 1.
I wasn't sure when the Dusclops was going, to be fair.
It's Power Keepers, so...
Crystal Guardians even.
Crystal Guardians, wow, even though... Yeah, Power Keepers is the one that works with Phoebe Stadium, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's well in, like, all the Gen 3 sets are rotating at this point, so...
Alright.
So yeah, yeah, I would be most out of this deck if we're gonna hit someone. I'd be most in favor of, as you say, hitting the Duskull. And I think, as you say, because of its tech capabilities, you probably want to keep it at 1 here. If that's not gonna overcomplicate things,
I think one's fine,
I think that's what I would look at.
because it does have a valid use.
Fourth
Yeah.
bet. For
Yeah.
third.
Because let's face it, if you ban Cresselia, that's not gonna do anything. It's not even the main component of this
Cresselia
deck.
is also a common tech line. That's the other thing. Like, it's not. It's an aggressive tech rather than an effect tech, but it does find its way into a lot of lists.
You'd
Yeah,
be
I
surprised
didn't-
at how often just manipulating the bench can matter that much.
I didn't really want to ban Cresselia, but I knew I didn't want to ban Dusknoir, so it's
Yeah.
That's why
Maybe
first my idea was
Duskull.
suggest the limit option, because I've been thinking about this as a possibility.
I like that. That's elegant.
Cool. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Because
Honestly, these are all looking insane.
that's what I'm saying.
What the hell?
You don't even play this Dustoir by the time these come out because you, again, like the Magnezone thing, you don't have enough namespace. These are all ridiculous. So yeah, Dustoir is stacked in Gen 4. Go figure. Yeah.
Oh god, it turns into fucking Mr. Mine?
Just wait until you see the field spell.
Ah, yes, Necro Rally.
So yeah, yeah, I think that's me pretty fine with that though. Yeah, like the Empo stuff is whatever. I don't know if I would have played one of the Ice Blade one, but I was kind of considering it beforehand. But that's what next week is for, right? If I want to play Empoleon, then I can maybe look at it that way.
Yeah, I was saving my Empazong for next week because I knew I'd be busy and would just be ripping lists anyway.
Yeah, and that's totally fair. Yeah, the Torterra stuff makes a lot of sense with it, and yeah, it's either Magnezone or Leafeon, isn't it? It's just which one would you rather hit? I don't know. I'm whatever, because I probably wouldn't be playing Leafeon until the next set of EVs come out if I even wanted to. But again, I'm fine with either. Whatever you want to go for there.
I can just see I guess to see another Arcanine Blissey thing coming up where I have to unban it pretty. If I end up making Rayquaza work somehow. It's a bit of a stretch, I'll admit, but the speed gain does help a little.
I forget what exactly does that
Lip
that one do?
until
Is it like-
tail, fish your
Okay.
attached and discard to a fire or basic lightning to Rayquaza.
Only if it's
Good.
the only Rayquaza you have in play. I
Yeah.
do remember reading that earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's
I was thinking, yeah, if you just have 4 of these, I'm sure it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. But no, it's it only works if it's the solo Ray that's in play. So
It needs acceleration on top of that because it's free energy to retreat and 4 to attack.
And it's
That attack is killing something, but it's 4 energy.
It's 4 colors. And this one can't take 6 prizes like the last one did to me, so for the same cost.
I would vote yes on Leafeon or Magnezone, and which one doesn't matter to me. You guys have done more testing, so whichever one you want, I'll back you.
Well, I think I know what's going to be said, but go for it, guys. Which one do you want?
Like, it's annoying. Like, the argument is like Leafeon's certainly enabling Dex, but technically Magnezone's enabling Dex as well.
It's going to enable a lot less of them when this Magneton rotates after this set.
True.
I'm pretty sure you don't want to do that very much with it. I could see a situation for it, but I am highly doubtful that you are going to jam this in as like a 101 the same sort of way that you would play Dusknoir, and as its own deck without acceleration. I mean, I played it with Togekiss, but you play everything with Togekiss, so
Yeah, if you just brought the thing that's getting me is the Evolution deck exists. And if someone brought that, I would have to ban the Leafeon because there's just no other targets in that list.
Oh damn, I should have done that this week then. Should have made it easy.
But then again, I know that exists. So, that is...
The Evolution deck is a little bit of a matchup fish in some ways, but it's a very damn efficient matchup fish.
Fine, but if I find something cool, I will try and blitz the Arcanine roulette.
Sure, yeah. If it ends up being that it has to come back, then sure we can. But
let's make people find the cool spicy text first.
So what was it that you went with?
Yeah, we'll hit
you want Leafeon?
Take out the Leafeon.
Okay.
But if people find a spicy brew of it, we can have it brought back.
Alright.
6 mini booster boxes. Oh, like 6 pack. Oh, I see that. Okay, so it's not the packs that are different, it's the boxes. Okay, so
Oh, huh. Yeah, no, this makes sense to me. I mean, this was pretty much everything that was used within the stuff, and yeah, the limit idea here is really nice, to be honest. There's not going to be very many cards, I don't think, that you need to do that with, but that's definitely one of the main ones. Yeah, fair enough then. Yeah, I mean, of course Empoleon is going to get hit the second it comes out because the card is just too good not to use, so it's all good. When's Infernape getting hit then? Because clearly it needs to be hit from here now, right?
Yeah, we had Infernape DP already.
Yeah,
given.
we do. That was the other hit. That was kind of, because it wasn't the level X that was hit, that was kind of why I was considering the whole like Leafeon Infernape thing. It's just like, that was going to be too much deck space. It was hard enough trying to make the Magnezone thing as a stage 2 here, never mind trying to jam Infernape as a separate idea. It's like, you could do it, and it probably wouldn't be terrible, but I don't know, it seems like it'd be very difficult for me to do. But yeah, I don't know, we'll have to see. But anyway, yeah, so next week is the no ban thing off of this, because it's still worth showing, or at least looking to show some of the stuff that we have already hit, because most of it was in meta decks anyway, right? You know, we hit Guardia immediately because of course we did, and that kind of won Worlds this format, didn't it? So it would be a shame not to...
I thought we were doing the ban week first, doing the unban after.
That's what we did. This is literally what I'm saying right now.
So it's no ban. Okay, time's off. No worries.
Yeah. No, because we did the one with the bans on first, so that Pepper could have a less finky. Let's just put it that way. Week for it. So
the week where I had time where spare basically to do my brews.
Yeah. So
well, I should have the Lost Origin stuff before the next day as well.
That'd be cool. Yep. So
It comes
final
out the
shout out.
9th. Sorry.
Final shout out for Hull on Phantoms through Majestic Dawn is going to be next week with whatever the hell is wanted. I don't even know if I'm going to end up playing Guarded, to be honest, but I'm probably going to at least play it midweek and see. Because, you know, might be the only chance I get for a while, right? Might as well take
I do
a
want
look.
to see what the Empezong versus Guardi matchup looks like.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting one for sure.
That's the other reason I was hoping for Empezong this week instead.
Yeah, well, I couldn't make it work differently, so I'm sorry.
I don't know, it's like you didn't even bring the regular Empezong, so...
Yeah. Right, yeah, so that'll be that. Thank you guys very much for watching. Sorry, it's a bit of a groucho at the start of this one, but, you know, RNG was not on my side for a lot of that to begin, so shit's gonna happen. But, yeah, let's see what we can do with all the cards in this one, see if there's any fun stuff to come up with here.